Hello, Armchair Generals. My name is Tom, and I'm continuing my Japanese campaign of the Hearts of Iron 3 game using the Black Ice 10.43 modification. I just went ahead and started up the game and saved real quick a couple hours after just to in gameplay, just to make sure that we had a good save, wasn't going to crash on us. I did notice as soon as I kind of pushed the game and started up, looks like we won in Nanjing. There was a we had a pocket of resistance around here in northern China, well, middle of China, but northern of our operational areas. And there looks like a total of about 46,000 troops died here. So moving in good order here. I can remove that objective. And once it's taken, looks like the Chinese are getting that much closer to surrender. There are only there's two Gungsi Click um, victory point locations, one which is being attacked, and that looks like it'll be falling fairly soon. The this one here, the southern area, I think we already won. Yeah, I got somebody moving to base, Paisi, however you pronounce it, moving there. So we probably don't need to like continue, this across the river battle. Once Gungsi Click is taken out, then it's just a matter of eliminating the rest of the Chinese provinces here. I probably will need to take all but one. Let's see. I'm gonna take that one still. There's this one here. It's worth two, and the one down here is worth two. I think that's it. We have all the other. Yeah, we have all the other victory point provinces. So to push the Chinese in surrender, probably need these last two victory points. But we'll move on to them in great detail. I previously said that I would be promising to get the Chinese campaign over with by the end of 1938, and unfortunately, I did not accomplish that. But we should be. I can make a promise that I will go ahead and get the Chinese campaign completed by the end of this month here. So almost close. Excuse me. So let's see here. Trying to see what we need to do at this point. I gotta refresh my memory of what's kind of going on here. I know there's a couple of areas where we're just like we got troops surrounded and we're kind of destroying them. But in all honesty, since we're at the point where we just need to move in and capture victory point locations, I think that might be all I'll do. Yeah, I apologize there. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and begin to make some moves around here. I mean, I can still. Um, Yeah, I can still make the moves here to kind of crush all this here because we want to move up to this river here, and as many troops as we can kind of kill or get down to a zero organizational level is good overall. Let's see, we'll have him attack there. That should be fairly quick as well, and we will have him go assist like such. Yeah, okay, this is looking pretty good overall. For a while, it was kind of, I felt kind of dicey to me in regards to what exactly was happening and how well I would be doing. I mean, ultimately, I knew I was going to win, but it was just a matter of I didn't know how good of a win it was going to be. Parts of my campaign, like especially the very beginning, where I took the first initial cities, started off with a bang, started off great. Shanghai, that happened much better than typical. Zibi Sanba, I kind of captured a little bit earlier than even anticipated. But there's certain other areas where I made some errors in judgment and strategy, and went in too hard or too quick and things like that. I do have plans on revisiting all of my video episodes myself, so I can actually add in some comments to them as well. But two, I like to kind of when I finish a campaign, I like to kind of think back, determine some areas I noted mentally that went wrong, and see what I can do to improve that. Part of the reason why I did this whole entire video series so I can have a more visual reminder of how my campaign went. So if I revisit it at a later date, I'll be able to take a look and see what I need to do different in the next game. So we've got BIS here, the Bank for International settlements. Part of that was an increase in IC once I selected it, select a decision. This, for the remainder of the year, will give me an additional IC and money leadership gain here. So we'll go ahead and do that. Short term, because we always want that. We always want that IC bonus. For this year, we're building up the IJN. We need more shipyards. And you can see the air and land build speeds go down by 5% here. We'll build the new shipyards. And we'll do the economic spying so we get the IC efficiency here. Okay, so that's the year decisions. So I'm just waiting to see kind of what transpires with a couple of attacks here that I'm doing. Zuning, good. Yeah, we're in the southeast there. We're definitely pushing in here. 10%. Thought we had one in bias. Maybe I was mistaken on that. Okay, but we do have some specialized light infantry that will be coming in here. He'll be assisting within the hour. He'll be assisting tomorrow. Okay. That's good. I feel these guys are just a bit too weak by themselves to go into here, but let's oh. Yeah, let's hold off on that. Yeah, I need to kind of attack here so that I can be attacking. I can surround this victory point location. Now, at this point, it's not the matter of, I kind of want to minimize my manpower losses, which actually, I guess on that note, no, I still want to continue on here because if I can capture it and move into this province here, then I can assist the attack on the capital of the Gungsi Click here, which is actually going. That battle's going along pretty well. I may not even need to do that. But also, too, this is a pinning attack. Any units that are involved here, which, I mean, honestly, it's all headquarter units. There is one cavalry unit. But any units here, I don't want them escaping and assisting in the defense of the capital. So I'm just pinning them here. Plus, if anybody does, escape, they'll be in poor order. I'll have some organization hits on them. So I'm trying to minimize as much. I don't need to be like here. Well, I mean, sure, we can keep on the attack there. Looks like that's about to finish. I don't really need to reduce all this here. I can just keep them surrounded. I can minimize my my manpower loss best as possible. We're getting up to 1,000. I would love to see that. There's the other objective we got. Okay. Let's see, my cat's wanting my attention. Come here. Come here. You want to see me? You want to see Daddy win? Yes. Okay. He's like, hey, I don't really watch you, Daddy. I just want to get in your lap here and just be able to claw your legs up. I am pushing. I want to go ahead and destroy this area, though, because I need all these units that are here. I need to move them up to Guangzhou. And I want to try to lessen the amount of units that I've got surrounding the enemy. If I can push to this point here, to this river here, and even up to Dongguan, then I can have most of my units come in this way, and we can take Guangzhou, not across a river. We can just attack from this way here. And on that note, let's go ahead and I'll leave him behind, and we'll just move him down south like so. He can go ahead and attack in there, and he will assist. He will as well, even though it is across river. I have units spread all over the place here. Normally, I try to tidy up my. I don't like to see red lines like I just did with this guy here. That means he's not getting the bonuses that this leader would be providing otherwise. But quite honestly, by the time this leader on down, the war will be over. There won't be any, unless I strategically deploy him, and that's just gonna be a waste of supplies at this point. Two, I'd have to reread the book and kind of get into the nitty gritty of the specifics, the rules of this game. But I think too, if you're having a red line, not only are you not gaining the benefits of this leader and the top leaders above him, but you may also not be getting full supply. I could be wrong on that. It says it's being supplied from Shanghai, so I can't imagine not being within close contact of the leader would impact your supply. But for some reason, I just feel that that should be right. Okay, we're moving in, finally captured. And here's our shipyards. Let's see what we got. We got 4 types of shipyards here. As you see, you got small, medium, capital, and submarine shipyards. So it went up by 2, went up by 3, and went up by 3, and went up by 3. The shipyards help. Well, we can take a quick look and see, but I believe the shipyards help in reducing the amount of build time it takes. Buildings. So shipyards and factories reduce building cost and time of various units. Check industry tab and technology screen for current effect. Oh yeah, we shall do that. Industry tab in technology screen. Where's the industry tab? Ah, here. Here we are. There's our factories. So with the small shipyards, our build cost, you can see what it's reduced by there. For the most part, we'll be building lots and lots of destroyers. I'll be building some torpedo boats as well, so decreasing their cost is pretty nice. Medium shipyards, we'll be building every single thing that's there pretty much for the AV. AV, I think, is the um, hmm, I don't know what AV is actually. I was thinking it's the those oh, what do you call it? The seaplane tender units that provide. I don't really use them all that much. I attach them to my coastal battleships, but they provide some extra spotting radius. I think you can build them. I'm pretty sure you can. I just never do because honestly, they're so slow, and I think they have limited range as well. I don't want to attach them to any of my mainline units or really any of my main units. That just works well with the coastal battleships. But anyway, you can see here we have a decreased cost in all those variety ships. Capital shipyards. Uh, we'll be building a few things here, as you can see: the battleships, the battle cruisers, super heavy battleships, carriers, and submarine shipyards. Minor decrease in cost as well. I don't see where it actually decreases the amount of time per se. It says with the shipyards reducing building cost and time of various units. Check industry tab. Factory shipyards in non-core provinces don't get any bonus. Well, that we don't have that, so we don't need to worry about it. Small arms. This is reducing the cost of our infantry. Anything from you can see our Marines to the infantry to armor and different brigade types you can build, things like that. This is specific. Well, when I was talking about armor here, I was meaning more the motorized, mechanized type infantry. Automotive factories is mainly for the armor and mobilized artillery and AA, which we're not going to be building any of these. So, I mean, cool, but not really helpful to us. Artillery, though, we're going to be building artillery. Pretty much everything but rocket artillery. I've decided that I'm not, and the self-propelled. I decided I'm not going to push with the rocket artillery technologies. Tank factories. Well, okay. I said that automotive was armor. Man, Tom, it would really help if you could read, right? Um, now that's interesting. Infantry, but infantry semi-motorized. So small arms reduces the cost of infantry semi-motorized by 0.11 IC. Automotive factories also reduces their cost by 0.08. So I'm assuming, therefore, that's a cumulative of 0.19. That's something I didn't realize. Every time I play this game, specifically with this modification, I learn something new all the time. And this I'm definitely learning. So definitely I want to make sure that I've got sufficient factories, equivalent factories, all up and down the board there. We also have the single engine and twin engine factories going. Single engine CAG and Interceptor. Definitely those are planes I will be building. Twin engine. And I do apologize coughing here. For whatever reason, it may just be summertime pollen or something, but I've been coughing all morning long here. Twin engine aircraft factories, light and medium bombers, will be building those as well as those naval bombers and flying boats. Quad engine, we're not going to be building any of those, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so that's what buildings do. It doesn't show where it's reducing any time for me to build. And I know that that's what factories do, is it helps reduce the time. So I may have to kind of dig a little bit further into that, figure out why it's not showing that. Okay, we're good to go here. Let's keep progressing forward. Argentina wants to buy a light cruiser for 13 bucks. Well, we will definitely take it here. Oh, technology. That's something I was going to do here. We need to drop this down to 50. Even though it's grand seeing all the green that we were there, um, I need to get my officer ratio up. I want to get that mystical 100% ratio. We've been going up, quite honestly, ever since the low point of around 77% or something like that in our campaign here in China, which was due not really to losses, combat losses, but due to historical units coming in, headquarter units and things like that, just popping in here and there. That uses up a lot of my officers. Um, so once we reach that 100% mark, I'm going to be dropping this down to just maybe a couple points of leadership into it. Maybe I like to kind of keep this on the amount of leadership towards research. I like to keep it around the groups of 5. So right now 50. I'll probably drop this down at this point. If I had 100%, I'd drop it down by say 15 leadership points, and then put the other 15 into my research. Typically, that's what I do. Real quick, let's take a look here. We've got a bunch of reinforcements need to take care of. We're knocking this down. Um, so quite honestly here, it's probably about another 25 days or so. Probably the end of the year, we may, yeah, end of the year or end of the month rather, we should be able to reduce our descent completely. So I can kind of kick off our consumer goods. And as well, when I get the reason why we have the need for consumer goods is there was a decision I took for increasing taxes moderately. We were seeing for a while there, we were seeing a bit of a hit to our money, and no one was buying our excess energy. So I took it upon myself to go ahead and raise taxes on the people, which of course that boosted the amount of consumer goods we needed during wartime. But also, it's been giving us a steady supply of money there. Production here, I'm going to address production probably in our next episode, not this one here. I want to finish up the conquest of China before addressing what all goes here for a couple reasons. Once combat operations cease throughout China, which we're going to go back to. We're going to be a continuing war. Once China is over, I think in a few days, maybe a bit longer, there'll be a decision to go ahead and declare on Tibet. So we'll go ahead and do so and then take Tibet. And then after that will be a decision to declare on Xinjiang, which we'll go ahead and take. So we can continue our war footing the whole entire time here. Because once we go to peace, yeah, this consumer goods of 18 will be more like consumer goods required to 77 or something like that. It's just going to be astronomical. So I want to make sure my IC is going appropriately to production. Once war in China is finished, our need for reinforcements will drop dramatically to the single digits. We'll be able to put some into upgrades. The need for supplies will I mean, it'll stay close to that. It'll drop because the need currently is taking into account the fact that we are at war, we're in conflict, and it's saying okay, all these units are taking this much in supplies, so this will be dropping quite a bit as well. I'm hoping to get, as you can see, we're almost at 300 IC. I'm hoping to get at least to 200 IC here after the Chinese operations are finished, and then in my next episode, I'll go ahead and start staffing out my production queue with our fleets that we need to start building. With all of that exposition said here, and I appreciate everybody watching and bearing along with me, we're going to be proceeding forward here. We need to definitely, I need to set up this area here. Italy got Albania. Yes, indeed they have. But anyway, I need to set up operations in this area here, which will mean I need to push into this province, I feel, and into this province as well. Do we have enough units here to pull that off? Somewhat. Let's go ahead and have him go there, and he can support that attack along with him. I really need to move here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. They will support the attack. Um, we don't need to move the headquarter units in. He can move in. Granted, it's across the river, but that's all right, and he will support the attack. We kind of need to move into this province and this province here so we can cut off this victory point location and then just reduce it in good order. The other victory point location is here, and we're making moves to reduce all this area here, like I said, so we can move up on the other side of the river here and be able to support there. We're also pushing through here so we can capture all of these provinces and make our grand attack directly into Guangzhou. So it's not really the main attack's not across the river, and we're doing that just handily here. Otherwise, I'm not too worried about anything else like here on the Western Front. Yeah, they're not going to be able to push eastward swiftly enough to be able to assist in this battle here. HE ammunition. That's 39 tech. We're in 1939, so I'll let that ride. I know I've said this probably quite a bit, but it's been a few episodes. I try to, with my technology that I'm researching, I try to maintain equivalent year. So it being year 1939 here, so long as it's a tech that I need. I mean, in some cases I may be like, well, I'm not doing this anymore. Don't need to worry about it. I'll put it on the wayside. But with HE ammunition, this is for my fleet. The heavy airships, you can see all the battleships, battle cruisers, super heavy battleships. Improves their convoy attack, sea attack, and shore bombardment. I'll just go ahead and research that. There are, since it is 1939 and it is currently 1939, but there are some texts I consider urgent texts. I need to stay equivalent to or even ahead of the game, 1 year ahead. You don't want to research anything really. I mean, you can, but you really don't want to research anything that's 2 years or more in advance of whatever the current year is. If I had to research this warhead infusing, for example, you'll see there'll be a inefficient research here that pops up and says it's 3 years ahead of research. I mean, you can still research it, but you suffer, I want to say it's a 50% time penalty, meaning if it was going to take you a year to complete it normally, in that case, the penalty will be 50%, so you'll be taking you a year and a half. Believe that's how it works. It may be a little more behind underneath the engine may actually be it takes 1,000 leadership points to go ahead and research that. So that penalty, since it's so far in advance, is 50%. So it's 1,500 leadership points. Whatever the case is, it just takes longer than normal. In other words, we wouldn't really be getting this in 1940. Well, actually, we would be, but the such research so far ahead, it would be taking it longer than if we waited till say 1941 to go and research it. The advantage of researching something though that's like so far in advance, if you have the leadership points to do it, and I mean I do it as America because they've got tons of leadership. Germany as well, they've got a lot of leadership. The advantage is you can get something researched that's say far in the future. You can get it researched a lot earlier than it would be normal. I know helicopters, for example. Once you have the aero engine research, once you have this research to level 5, which actually isn't too difficult to do, I'm currently researching now, and I think I can research the next level. Once you have that researched, you can get helicopters, begin researching helicopters, and you can get them well before 1945. It's just considered far advanced tech. And while there were some helicopter prototypes in World War II, there really weren't any that were, used en masse in, like, say, Korea or Vietnam, those later wars. But you can still research it and gain that technology well earlier uh, than if you waited, until appropriate time frame to do so. Okay, our attack there. Oops, the first is looking pretty shabby, pretty weak. That's you guys. Stop attacking. All right, that's looking a bit better. And we probably have too much reinforcement. We do. That's fine. Yeah, I'm glad to see my build queue looking pretty spiffy here. I wish the Soryu and Hiryu would hurry up, but like I said, there's going to be I got another decision to make. There'll be a decision coming up later this month. I don't know when exactly. That will ask where our build focus will be. The other decision that we selected was what's our overall nation's focus going to be on in regards to the infrastructure, if you will. This case, it was building the shipyards. But the next one that I'll be getting will be, so what exactly do we want to put, a lot of our manpower on? What branch will get the benefits of that? And in this case, which I didn't do last year, and I kind of wish I did. Um, in this case, this year I'll be selecting the IJN, which will reduce the build speed by 4 or 5% or something like that. So I do expect the Soryu and Hiryu to be ready sooner than summer of 1940, probably early summer, late spring, perhaps. I actually would really, really want them a lot sooner than that. And perhaps in a future campaign, I may explore, like, say, not making any infantry builds whatsoever, just simply going with the build queue as it is after the very first of the game starts off, and you get that event that filters all these units in there. Maybe just go with that and just strictly stick with a navy build with some, of course, some infantry builds that as I need them. I need garrisons. I'll be building tropical island garrisons, things of that kind of nature. Marine, well, yeah, I may build some more Marines. I've got 10 Marines total right now. I think I may need another 5 units to help out with future expansion. Okay, this is going along, progressing along nicely. This actually isn't going too bad. Let's have him assist so we can kind of speed that up somewhat. There we go. It's all green now. And it's just only 2 units going there. So let's have him also support the attack there. So everybody's attacking there. Again, pushing towards Guangzhou. I need to get it because it's a victory point location. Huidong. So once I moved in here, then we'll have shut the door on these guys. We'll be able to kill them in good order. These battles are all looking pretty spiffy. I have a cav unit that's about to die, so we'll go ahead and pull them off. I have another cav unit that's about to die. Pull them off as well. But still, it's looking good. Shailing. So yeah, I initially I was going to go and reduce this area here and kill the units inside, but at this point now, with only 2, with Gungsi Click swiftly ending its life here, these 2 battles are going to go pretty well. This one should be wrapping up fairly soon. I should be able to move into it in about a week after the battle wraps up. Maybe sooner than that. It's only Forest. This is Forest as well. Yeah, we're coming from Forest in both locations there. Both these battles will be wrapping up pretty soon. I'll be moving into those provinces pretty quickly. And once I do, the Gungsi Click is finished. Those are only their 2 provinces. Once the Gungsi Click is all done, then wherever they're kind of filtered at here and there outside their country, which doesn't look like there's really anywhere other than here, they're going to melt away, and it'll make things a little bit easier for me in attacking the Chinese. So I don't really need to. The upshot is, once I take this, I can just move my my infantry units down to this battle here next. Nanjing. Okay, so they were attacking me there, I see. Speaking of, I have a bunch of units. We'll move you here and move you out there. It doesn't really matter where at this point. All of you guys, though, you can come on down to here. And we're going to you're going to be attacking. And the same thing with these 2 guys. They're just going to be outright attacking to there. Oh, I have a stray unit here. We can do that. Okay. I like the way the rest of this is looking. So here's the event that I was talking about. I have ADD here. 1.16 money for 0.88. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That's kind of impact my money gain, but that's all right. I've got taxes going for a little bit longer. This is the event that I was talking about, where it's the other side of that coin, where instead of just infrastructure now, it's where we're going to be putting our manpower. In this case, we're going to be favoring the IGN this year. If we favor the IJA, you can see where the land and armor build speeds increase. Here, we're favoring the IGN, so the air and naval build speeds increase. The previous event that favored the naval, the IGN, and thus built the shipyards, I did note that it decreased my air build speed along with the land and armor by about 5%. So favoring the IGN helps kind of balance that back a little bit here. Not that big of a deal per se. The only air units that we'll be building, well, there'll be quite a few units we'll be building, but the ones that we're building now for this year are strictly just CAG units. A 3%, time hit to them is not all that great, and honestly, they got to wait till their carrier gets built anyway. But that 4% build speed, very handy. Here, if we wanted to kind of almost entirely negate the air build speed penalty, actually it would entirely negate 6% increase there. We could focus on the air forces, or we could say no, everybody gets equivalent build speeds. I kind of like. It depends upon the circumstances, what country you're playing, things like that. Depends. Each nation has this sort of same decision that they need to select here. With Japan, though, I like to spend, and I think going forward, I'll strictly be spending the first 2 years favoring the IJA, and then after that, 1938 onward, it will be the IJN solely. Maybe down the road, I may need to focus on the Air Force if my CAGs get all shot to hell, and my carriers thus are useless because I don't have any any sort of carrier air groups to assign to them. But for now, we'll just do the IJN. We'll wait a few days for that to all tick over, and I'll check my production there to see what the effect was. They gave up the attack there. Capital ship, medium. I will leave that alone. The Chinese are attacking me at various locations. There really is not much that the Chinese can do at this point to prevent what is going to ultimately happen to them. They're attacking and they're losing a lot of troops. They're killing a few of mine, but honestly, it's not sufficient to to outweigh what my gains are overall. Yep. Yeah, it's slowly increasing here as they're melting away. It looks like there's well, I can't tell from this province, but it doesn't look like there's any reinforcements going in to that conflict, so that should be going along pretty smoothly. This one, there maybe looks like there are some reinforcements trying to make their way or are making their way. So this battle may not be entirely over even after I kick out that infantry unit here, which, wow, they are fading rapidly. 0.5 an hour, a little bit more than that, actually. Nighttime, so now it drops by quite a bit there as combat operations kind of cease somewhat. Alrighty, Zfang, we're pushing. Pushing in here as well. These are all where they're attacking me kind of thing. Reinforcements need to drop down. I like to see that up to 30 something I see required for reinforcements, dropping that way down now to the teens, below the teens. I'll be happier when I can get this dropped off. Lu Chao, that looks like, yeah, that was a pretty major battle there. We lost a lot of troops, but this gets us, and actually with Tongzi captured, this gets their victory point location here encircled. I am not going to, oh, there's one of them, base, Baizi, however you pronounce it. Now I just need to move into it here. How swiftly? 17th, so it takes 6 days, as I expected. 17th and 16th, 5 days. Really? You're quicker than the Cav? Wow. So this guy is not a guy that I built, but apparently he's moving faster than my Cav units. Interesting. But anyway, that's one of the two provinces. Once these are taken, actually I've moved into them and taken them, then I'll go ahead and engage combat on the final two Chinese provinces. I may actually just go for this one anyway. It looks like it's going to take me a few days, maybe a week, before I'm able to attack Guangzhou in good order. These guys are all about ready to attack again. And I've got reinforcements coming from the north streaming on down south here that are about a week away, maybe a little bit longer. Plus, we're pushing in here, we're pushing here, to be able to get to where we need there. Um, yeah, looks like we're doing what we need to there. So he will tack here and do like that. He'll just assist to help speed that up, and he's just going to go ahead and move on in like so. Okay. Well, let's actually just have you guys go that way and then this way. There we go. Yeah, it'll take a little while here. The main reason for that is if I were to take the final two Chinese victory point locations now, historically, what I've seen in all my games I played is Japan. And I didn't realize this the first time that it happened to me. The allies to China, they cease battle with you. They sue for peace or something like that. It must be like an event or something like that that is attached to the overall um, war goal that you have, which in this case I have to seize the Chinese coast. It might be associated to that. Actually, I'm at 92.6%. I may not want to go for that. I mean, two victory point locations shouldn't, or a two victory point location should not drop their surrender progress completely to where they surrender to me, but I may want to hold off. Anyway, I saw where I had taken out northern China before I'd taken out Yunnan and Gengsi Click. I had just kind of taken all the northern sectors and just pushed all my way south there, along the coast as well. And it took all of China. And I'm figuring I'll just do a major, all my units will be up north here and Marines attacking from the amphibious assaults along the coast. Just to have all my units push south all the way, all together in good order. That way we can maximize our manpower and efficiency. And Yunnan and Gengsi Click I didn't capture before China was conquered, and they immediately sued for peace. There wasn't anything I could do about it. I wasn't able to attack them, and I think there was like a non-aggression pact or something um, for about a year or so. It was rather distraught at that because the idea was I wanted all of it so I could give it to give these countries to China as well as take the provinces that would be going my way too. Guilin, that's not that. There's somewhere else then I guess that. Or is this here? Yes. So the other victory point location has been taken. How soon? The 13th. So actually 2 days. That's not bad at all. Okay. Costly battle, but even though they had 2-to-1 odds on me in manpower, we actually did pretty well there. Let me go ahead and save real quick. It's been well over a week. So here, I'm just going to leave this. Is everybody moving? Please don't everybody move out of there. Yeah, let's have you stay. I'm just going to ring these provinces so I can just hold these guys back. I don't need to expend manpower any longer. Though these are all, well, they're not all conscripts. I don't need to expend manpower any longer here. And I don't know, once I conquer China, I don't know if they get the units that are left behind. I think these all go away, and then once China gets puppeted and gains the country provinces that it's supposed to, I think it kind of automatically springs into life, as it were. There's like a minimal puppet army that appears. So I don't know if killing these guys will actually do anything for me. I mean, the experience would be good, yes, but at this point, I kind of want the manpower. We're going to be going on a build spree here for years and years and years. Mostly be Navy, of course, so that's not a lot of manpower that goes to it, but nonetheless. Pushing into here, that'd be good. That battle's still going on, but you know what? Once the Gunsi Click go away, once I have it captured, it'll be kind of a moot point because I think that's what's mostly there. I think these two are Gengsi Click units, and the third unit there is strictly a Chinese unit. They're 5-star general here. I'll be killing him in short order once the cavalry's gone. Alrighty, they attacked me there and saw the error of their ways. So we won in Shanwei. That there, okay. So Honestly, well, yeah. I mean, I was gonna say honestly, I don't really need to move into any of these provinces here. Let's have you just sit there, and yeah, you're just going here. We can just surround where these guys retreat to. We can just surround that province. Again, I don't need to waste manpower and time in attacks that are not needed right now. I was operating under bloodlust, I think. Oh, that's right. I totally forgot. Choose puppets, industrial focus. I got 2 puppets I need to do that for. This is, or actually 3 puppets. Zibi Sanma. We're going to have them focus on rare materials. I want to say that your puppets focus um, helps you out. They'll send you, and I've seen from time to time where under resources it'll say like X amount given from puppets. So I want to say that is the case here. If I select the rare materials, I should be getting rare materials. I must have gained some oil from something, probably conquering. Well, this was their capital. You know what? Possibly by moving in the capital. I'm fairly certain you get. Yeah, we got a bunch of energy too. I'm fairly certain when you move into an enemy's capital, you gain a portion of, if not all, of their resources. Um, you can only get up to through trades and home production, or assorted production through your conquered territories. You can only get up to 99,999 resources, all across the board here. You only have up to 99,999. However, you can go above that when you get some through an event, or as we see here, no doubt through the capture of a capital. So I'm over 100,000 now in both energy and oil. The oil is going to be dropping below 100,000 in a matter of a month or more because we're converting it over to fuel. So that probably will be ending soon. We're about ready to hit 99,000 there. So that should stop. But no one wants to buy my excess. You know what? Now that we've got an excess in, yeah, there it goes. It went away. Oh, actually, it all went away. Wow. I thought you got to keep it, but it looks like it drops down to just under 100,000 regardless. Let me see if I'm able to sell any. People need money for me to be able to sell to them. I won't be able to sell to Burma anyway. My experience, they're not able to buy. Ecuador? Nope. I mean, I've got a surplus and it's not doing me any good. And I've got a surplus such that I can't gain anymore. Even though it says that I'm gaining, I really can't gain anymore. Oops, Sweden wants to buy some of my energy. So I might as well sell whatever I can to make whatever little much, amount of money that I can potentially get out of it. Um, oops. There we go. Yeah, the others aren't going to want to buy. Puppet, the second one here. This is Manchukuo. We also have them focus on rare materials. And I should have Menjiang as well. Once China gets puppeted here, then I should be getting that decision again. I think may have to wait till next year. So I'll have multiple puppets. I already have 3 right now: Zibisema, Menjiang, and Manchukuo. That I'm telling them send me stuff or focus on those resources, and I feel that you get those resources. They send them to you. They send the excess to you anyway, or a portion of. Um, China will be puppeted as well, and I think puppeting China will actually improve my Greater East Asia Co-Prosperity Sphere strategic effect. We'll see. So we moved into here. Get a couple accepts there, and we moved into here. This is all good. Um, with both of these guns, Zibi Sama is defeated. Will be at the turn of the day on the 15th. Um, that'll make things a little bit easier. I'll see how the disposition is at that point. There'll be a bunch of empty provinces here, and all these will turn to me. But the Chinese are going to move into them and take them over. There we are. And you just saw it. It was like a kind of an A B. A, we annexed the Gungsi Click, And then B, we lost a bunch of provinces here because the Chinese were in them. Overall, though, the good news is there are several provinces that we can kind of move, we kind of spread out into that the Chinese aren't around at all. But I don't have sufficient forces to really handle that exactly. Hmm. You're going to go all the way through to there. We'll leave the Marines behind, and you're going to push in like so. Yeah, all you guys are moving that way, pushing, pushing, pushing. We'll move our specialized light infantry like so. Or actually, let's have you go there, period. Okay. Their victory point there is surrounded. 92.6. Yeah, that I don't know. That's the only problem is I don't know if I can attack that right now. But let's just do it. Screw it. We need to. I need to make my. We only got 2 weeks before the month is over, and I really need to. Oh, you're being attacked. Well, bummer. There we go. I really need to make a promise here. Alrighty, so we're attacking there. That'll go away, and they're pushing as rapidly as they can right now. I'm gonna have him just go down that way anyway now. And yeah, all those guys melted away, leaving just the headquarter unit. Boom. We can move that Marine unit up here. And sure, we'll begin to make some moves that way here. We'll have him go that way as well. We have him also go in that way. We'll just push. Okay. These are extraneous attacks aren't really needed, but if anything, it's just providing some experience from my Marines, which kind of really do need it. AP ammunition advance, 39 tech. We will leave. We'll drop this down to 50 again. And I see we're up to 92% now in our officer ratio. That's good. Battle bays, they're attacking me there. We lost Techi because they moved into it, or were already moving into it, and thus. But also too, it kind of puts a little bit of focus over here. So if there's any units kind of dithering around in this area, they may move. They may move that way, but more than likely, AI is smart enough to know that it needs to protect that last victory point location there. Kick our reinforcements down some more. Okay. All looking good. Got about 10 minutes left of my episode here. I try not to get, I try not to get over the 45-minute mark because that's kind of a good amount of time I feel to spend on watching a video of this kind of nature. I see a lot of the people that I like to watch, accounting for games, and Gamer 1745. I watch their channels. Their videos are roughly around 45 to 60 minutes, somewhere around that time frame. And I agree. That seems to be um, a good number to be at. We got our carrier units there. Longman. Okay, good. I was like, why is that such a deadly attack? But I see why. There are a lot of units there. We need to push this way and there, like so. 34%, and now we can have these guys. Well, no, support the attack. Yeah, all the provinces I'm losing are just the ones that were taken over from the Gungsi clique that the Chinese weren't moved into just yet. Not a big deal. Float plane, torpedo. So I wasn't sure if it was for carrier for the CAG focus, or if it was the capital ship float plane focus. But it is the capital ship float plane focus. I was talking about an episode or two ago. Um, that you have a choice. In this case, with the float planes, you have a choice. Whichever one you choose is the series that you're going to be sticking with. And there's only 3 ranks anyway, so it's not like you've chosen the wrong one or chosen poorly by selecting the one you did. As Japan, I selected the torpedo bomber focus, so that way we can have my ships can have a better sea attack overall. The scout focus that could have been pretty good anyway because we'll be doing a lot of short bombardment. There's a lot of island hopping that we'll be doing. The surface detection is really good to have as well too. Fighter focus, air attack, that's actually not too bad either. The Americans have a lot of planes, so this would be very helpful. But I figured let's just stick with the sea attack. We're gonna have a lot of ship-to-ship combat. I want to make sure that my guys are the best they can be. And since 1934 tech, we're going to research the next level of it. The cruiser, I can actually research all of these fighter, bomber, and torpedo bomber focus here, just as long as I have the appropriate technologies like the torpedo bomber. I need the air launched torpedoes research, but they all provide bonuses to my CAG units there, as you can see. Okay. I kind of thought it was the capital ship. I just wasn't sure. And what do we have here? Actually, I don't have any money, so unless they're wanting to buy something, yeah, I don't have enough money to be thrown around their way. Okay, so we're about ready to begin the attack here. I'm waiting for my units to kind of filter their way through. You know what? You're being an annoyance right now. We're just going to crush you. Yeah, we're just going to crush you. That's all there is to it now at this point. They have a lot of units there, but they're all weak. You can see them; they're just fading away. Ran out of organization, no place to retreat. Boom, they die. Okay. So that attack is going very well. We'll be seeing a few more of those, I feel. But you can see it's mostly headquarter units. There's only a cavalry unit, which is about ready to die, and a infantry unit, which is actually in pretty decent order. Their reserves are all pretty much army unit or headquarter units. There's a couple of infantry, but they're yeah, they got zero organization there. No, I pushed up to the river. That's right. Wrong. No, it is right. We have one. Shen, we lost. No big deal. 97,000 troops faded, died away. That definitely alone, I think, that put us over the 1 million mark from the very start of this campaign. And one of the other things I want to do when I go through my videos, if if I'm able to pause, because a couple places I was just hitting enter so quickly that I was just blowing through the battle reports because I knew they were just the Chinese attack with one division or even a regiment, and then an hour later they pull back, and we lose. I lost maybe 2 men and they lost 100, something like that. But I kind of want to go through and see what the total losses were for the Chinese campaign on both sides, all total. But the million man mark I'm talking about was there were several areas, cauldrons that I call them, where I surrounded the enemy and then to end up destroying them. This was like being another one of the cauldrons. This as well. Until of course now it's like okay, we just need to push towards the objectives and take them out. So cool. We got a bunch of combats, but we only have 2 that we really need to be worrying about. This one here, which that's gonna be taking a while. Though they have a lot of garrison units are ready to just melt away here. 32 units stuck in here. And the other, oh, good. The other we need to worry about is this one, and that's yeah. There were so many units here, but they just all melted away. This will be wrapping up rapidly here, which is good because I promised we would have China conquered by we'd have the campaign completely finished by the end of the month. Oh, okay. Hai Cow got a rebel appeared on them. No biggie. So that's Gung Zhao. Ended up there were only 30,000 troops there total. That's why they melted away so rapidly. So many units, so many headquarter units, and and also just so many units that had been retreating to this point that were poor organization. We had over 168,000, 5-1 odds here. We had. I'm a bit of a board war gamer as well, old school, if you will. I played Avalon Hill games back in the starting in the 80s, early 80s, and working up till almost to late 90s, early 2000. Used to play everything from like Third Reich to Air Assault on Crete and a bunch of other games, Hitler's War, a bunch of games like that. So I like to look and say, oh, the odds are this and this, and if I can get some pretty strong odds, in other words, I'm outnumbering my enemy, I know it'll be a good battle. This one, we still got 18 units sitting up here in combat, 13 in reserve, but none of them are going to be shown. They're all dead. Do I have somebody that's attacking that's really weak? Not really, but actually, let's have him also support in there. No, yeah, that must be an allied. Must be a Manchurian. That's a Manchurian unit too. It looks like. Tis all right. Now at this point, I don't care about the rest of the combats. The only one that matters is this one here. We got 16 units that we need to destroy and go through. We have successfully conquered. Let me check my victory point areas. Yeah, that's the last one here. Chongqing. We've successfully captured the better part of China at this point here. Oh, 99.3. I saw all red and I was like, oh, so taking that, I won. No, 99.3%. And there's really no way that I can do a 0.7% hit. Um, I mean, I guess I probably could if let's see, let's go to Asia here, Republic of China. If I sent spies and disrupted their national unity, um, possibly I could get them to 100% before the end of the month, but I don't think it works that quickly. I don't think my spies could do that well. This is going to wrap up here in a matter of days. The question is it going to finish before the 30th or not? Yeah, the rest of the combats I don't really care about. Down to 14 units. And, oh, we are blowing through some IC on descent. So okay, we will do that. Boost our reinforcements. Supplies are looking pretty good. You know what? I had jacked the IC into supplies way up because we were like excuse me, we were like producing not quite twice as much. Putting twice as much in IC to supplies as was needed, and I was still seeing red. So let me drop this back down to about say 60 right now, since combat operations are ceasing. Say 62 or 64. There we go. We're doubled, and now we're over 200 in production. That's a very good IC amount, but sadly that's going to go away as soon as we conquer China and China gets back the majority of its territory. We'll hold on to their coastal territory, so we're going to be well over 200 IC, but breaking that 300 mark, yeah, it was nice while it lasted. Down to 14. We got more units that'll be fading away here very soon. 12. At this point, I don't care about the other combats right now. And honestly, the Chinese can move wherever they want to, so long as this battle keeps going the way it's going. We're down to 11, 10. Whoops. Zoomed out. We're at 77%. There's a bunch of conflicts that they're just engaging in to kind of spoil. Oh, reinforcements need to go down, and I have some builds. Torpedo boats. Ah, nice. Let's go ahead and Place them into the area where I have my torpedo boats. And you know what? On that note, I think we have all their ports. Yes. So on that note, I need to grab all my fleets and send them back home. We are at this point wasting fuel. There is no need. Yeah, you guys can stop doing what you're doing. Let's actually have you. I don't know if. Well, the upgrades happen automatically wherever, but yeah, let me just have them go back home. At home, I consider this that province there. It's they can repair up to four units, but none of these guys really got damaged. My coastal battleships, those base here in Taiwan. Oops, base I said, not hang off the base. Okay, and I think that's everything. All my sea power is now back where they should be. Because at this point, there's nothing going on. No conflicts going on in any of the sea zones. I think the final Chinese fleet just died long ago. Let's see, we're still down to 10 guys. Several of them are down to 9, 8. It's almost like a reverse New Year's Eve party here. Doing our countdown. How quickly we can get the countdown going. Time Mantic promise will be broken. Here we are, halfway through the end of the day of the year, of the month rather. Fortunately, though, once this battle is completed, whatever units I have moving in here, it's going to be swift because I've got I've got some cav units and specialized light infantry, but it's all plains and forest. It's the amount of um, movement points it takes to get into that city will be negligible. It'll be done within a day or two. Bunch of spoiler attacks from the Chinese. That's all that is. And High Cow. Well, okay. We have lost the battle. Oh, I had a, that's what happens when we don't pay attention. We need to come down and, well, not you, maybe. Oh, I don't know. I had forgotten. I had saw where there was parts attacking, but I thought it was like up here somewheres. I didn't realize that it was attacking my my headquarter unit there. So they got shattered. I can't do anything about it just yet. So you know what? That Marine unit will come in here. And this other guy, he'll help out attack there too. Why not? All right, down to 8, 7, 6. Beginning of the month. Time Mantic promise, I will finish the Chinese battle by the end of February. You heard it here first. End of the episode too. I'm actually at the 45-minute mark, but I'll just keep going here a bit further because we are just so close. Army wants their money. Alrighty. Expand a manufacturing plant by 1. Okay. Medium aircraft factory by 1. Oh, even better. And we're down to 1 unit, and they're dead. I mean, next hour. Yeah, there we go. 207,000 troops there. Over 1.2, well, at least 1.2 million troops have been captured, killed. Aside from just the normal battles that I had going on. Again, I want to go through all my videos and make a note of how many troops total end up getting killed on both sides. That way too, it'll give me, and I'll report back, of course. I think what I'll do is at the end of each, or in each episode, I'll add in the comments those losses seen in that episode. But two, I think it'll give me kind of a better insight overall with how my strategies work, what kind of tactics I'm using in these battles. I may need to look at a little bit more closely what I'm doing and make some adjustments, either like how units are set up or how many units I'm sending in, that kind of thing. What else we got here? Another torpedo boat. Okay. I try to keep my torpedo boats in groups of 4. Um, I just feel that that works well for them. Um, he needs to get attached to that, and he also can get attached to that. Okay, cool. No decisions. And let me save real quick. I've gone far too long. I try to save weekly. And I probably need to set a reminder to remind myself that I need to be doing that. We can remove the allied objectives off of that because in the matter of a couple hours, boom, that happens. Everything is all yellow now. Alrighty, so we'll have a bunch of battles that will have finished up. That's also going to tell us exactly what we're doing. Artillery barrel and ammunition. That's 1941 tech. We'll go ahead and stop that. Let's jump this back up to 50. And because the conflict with China is finished, I'm now at peace. So we're going to be seeing that I need to throw a bunch of IC over to. We lost some leadership because of that. Decisions and laws changed, things of that kind of nature. But we'll need to throw a bunch of IC towards our consumer goods. Oh no, 311. Oh no, that is so sad. I won't be doing that. Um, yeah, these are the battles that finished up there. Okay, no point in fighting. Oh, so actually the guy, that partisan, vanished because conflict is over. Now the good news is, even though you saw 311 IC required for consumer goods, that's not really accurate. I mean, it is for right now, but it's not entirely accurate. Did I? Oh yeah, I got those guys. Let's see here. Let's throw it all towards it anyway. That's all of my IC towards consumer goods. I don't want my descent to jump up to 50 in one day. It'll jump up a tad, but I need the time to kind of tick over a little bit here, so that way I can um, get to the next phase, if you will, of what's going on here. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and save the game. Yeah, one more time, and I'll call it the end of the episode. So while I didn't, well, my first promise didn't come through. It was really, really close. You saw how close it was. The matter of just a day or two for them, for my guys to move into that final province and take it. And you can see my allies actually helped out quite a bit here. Zibi San Ma pushed in a couple areas around here. These faint pink or salmon colored units that you can see throughout that, I believe that's Manchukuo. Yeah, Menjiang uses those pale looking kind of units. But yeah, you can see all throughout the map, Manchukuo had quite a few troops throughout my territories. That was based on me telling them, attack here, putting those units there. So I appreciate everybody watching. We have gotten to the end of the conflict with China. The next phase of all of this, however, because I don't like to stay, I don't like to stay out of battle. I would like to stay in conflict so I can throw all my IC towards builds. Will be Tibet. I'm not sure exactly when that will occur. I don't know if it's a matter of days, weeks, or months from now, but we'll see in future episodes. We'll be going to war with Tibet, and then once they're conquered, Xinjiang after that, so we can maintain our combat edge here, our conflicts. So our IC is being used as we need to be using it. But otherwise, appreciate everybody watching, and I'll see you guys next episode. Take care.